Guys, the biggest rumor to hit the internet, I would say yesterday, that actually is also implausible in many cases in my mind. Again, I'm not going to take anything without not even a grain of salt, an entire box. You know, Morton sells this box of salt. That's what I'm talking about, like the kosher salt, that's the quantity that I'm actually employing here, even for just this video. Now, in other instances, I think I need me possibly a reservoir full of it to pretty much follow through with what Hip Hop Gamer has posited. I don't know if many of you heard this particular paradigm or this rumor. Hip Hop Gamer has claimed that the next PlayStation is going to have Steam available on it. Oh, I don't think this is the case. I don't think PlayStation is in that position right now to want to offer something so, I don't know, how do you call it, subversive? Because you see, they never really subverted the industry in a pro-consumer way. Now, could this be impossible? Oh no, I hate to say never in these situations, because again, what else do you want me to do? They might be finding or seeing something that they realize that if Xbox runs away with this, they're going to pretty much overwhelm PlayStation as the platform that, has everything. That's what Xbox is going for. They want to be the platform that has everything. They want to be the platform that, that's got all of your games and all of the above, right? And so once I saw it, I said to myself, oh boy, here we go again. This is going to have some really interesting impact across the board. I saw Destin actually repost it, and, I guess it was more like a fun and games type thing when everybody was saying, well, this is probably not something that, we think is going to happen. Some people say that his record may be spotty in terms of some of the things that he's proposed out there. Some people say he's gotten some things right. This is what makes it actually very interesting at the end of the day. So here is the post over here. Destin reposted it. He says, Hip Hop Gamer is saying PS6 will include Steam, feature all generations of PlayStation, and will have a PlayStation home type experience. Okay, reports. This guy put something here about a previous post that he actually put out that turned out to not be true. Abstract Concept, shout out to you. This person said, let's look at this logically. PlayStation has zero problems selling consoles. Their issue is selling games, hence a slow move to PC. Slow? Come on now. Y'all need to be real with me. This is not a slow move towards PC. This is an abject pivot from what it is that we're seeing with PC as an ecosystem. My alarm is going off. I don't know why people say slow move to PC. That's not what's actually here when you calculate the speed at which PlayStation dropped its 27 titles on PC. Let's be real. If you look at the dates, and this is the thing about Steam, Steam has the dates of these launches. The cadence increased at a very fast rate, by the way, to PC when it came to the games. If you look right here, they only had one game that they launched on Steam in 2015. Now, I'm not talking about previous PlayStation efforts. Some of you were saying this from the PS3 era and all of that stuff. In the PS4 era, they were so comfortable because they were selling consoles and there were not a lot of games on the market. So that particular market was ripe for PlayStation to dominate both in hardware and even in content. But once the saturation hit around 2017 with Fortnite, it was no longer a game, because now PlayStation, if you go back and look at Matt Piscatella's data set, it showed that already Call of Duty was the highest, played game on PlayStation. Do y'all remember that? When it was basically that, Call of Duty was pretty much the highest played game for decades on the platform. And then add to that all of the different FIFAs and all that other stuff over the years where EA was making billions of dollars annually, basically over $1 billion. Where were they getting $1 billion from? Mostly PlayStation, who had the bigger base, Xbox as well, PC in some instances, right? And you look at 2020, there was only Horizon Zero Dawn that came out. And in that 2020 timeframe, Herman Holst is cited as saying in a PlayStation blog interview when Horizon was coming that just because one first-party title, look at this, he said this, and to maybe put a few minds at ease, releasing one first-party title one first-party AAA title to PC doesn't necessarily mean that every game will now come to PC. Okay? He said, in my mind, Horizon Zero Dawn was just a great fit in this particular instance. Then he said this, we don't have plans for day-and-date PC releases. We remain 100% committed to dedicated hardware. Right after that, we've seen all of the above actually happen. Day-and-date PC release, we saw Lego Horizon Adventures launch on Steam the very first day, launch on Nintendo Switch the very first day. Are you guys listening? He says, just because one game, now we know that day and date is a thing with live service games like Helldivers 2. We know that day and date is a reality with things like the China Hero Project games. So all that talk about, oh, we're only going to basically concentrate and focus on our hardware is in the past, because they're launching not just their, AAA games on PC. They launched Helldivers 2 on Xbox. So again, let's not use it to make this weird connotation of a slow move. It's not a slow move. Why would they encourage Steam so players will have even less reason to buy their games, especially if the Steam version has free online play? This is a very decent question, but it sounded mad when Xbox was going to implement it. So I think everybody must actually have lost their minds, because the competition, I guess if there's any that, some of you say, oh, well, Xbox is not competing. Xbox doesn't see PlayStation as competition because PlayStation is actually in an old, outdated business model. And what's actually crazy is PlayStation's move to PC is not something that is, very simple. It's something that they've also already assessed. For instance, if you go look at Insomniac's, leaks that actually occurred, unfortunately, in 2023, we know that PlayStation has some approach to extend to PC and multi-platform. But their extension to PC and multi-platform, we're not aware if it's via a PlayStation store or it's to bring a PC ecosystem to their front so that gamers have options. Xbox is leading the charge in this particular area. This is not necessarily something that, you can actually deny. This is not something that you can throw in the gutter. It actually is a reality right now. So everyone needs to be taking a very close look at that. This person said they have no issue selling games. You guys are crackheads. That's what this person said. This person said, if you really think this one through, the answer is obvious. This one says, as soon as you said PlayStation had issues selling games, I know you didn't know what you were talking about. But this is the problem you have with PlayStation fanboys. Many of them don't realize that Capcom sold 10 million units of Monster Hunter Wild. That's a huge chunk of sales. Like, Capcom has the biggest, in my mind anyways, the biggest approach towards PC that I've seen lately. And according to them, their numbers are benefiting from PC. CD Projekt Red, their numbers are benefiting from PC. Baldur's Gate 3's Larian, their numbers are benefiting from PC. Xbox as a publisher, their numbers are benefiting from PC. Battlefield, EA as a publisher, their numbers are benefiting from PC. We're seeing this trend, so it makes, sense that PlayStation will pivot software-wise into the PC ecosystem and not do so slowly. Because as I was just showing you guys, that movement was way too fast. I mean, you're talking one game in 2020, and then all of a sudden by 2021, 2022, they basically had dumped almost all their libraries. I mean, look at everything from 21 to 22 within a year. Miles Morales, Uncharted, Spider-Man Remastered, God of War, Days Gone. Then, as 2023 hits, they went with Returnal, The Last of Us, Ratchet and Clank, and then 2024, bam! The 2024 was insane. that was just as high. Every year from that time, they've averaged more than one game on the platform. And as 2025 is reached, what have they put on here? Spider-Man 2, The Last of Us Part 2, their so-called Stellar Blade, which is actually a second-party game, Midnight Murder Club, and Lost Soul Aside. That's 5 games this year. And by 2026, it's almost a guarantee that you're going to see Ghost of Yotei on here, because it's not going to sit there. It didn't sell as much as Marvel Spider-Man 2. So you already know that if Marvel Spider-Man 2 got that 13 or 15-month treatment, Yotei is likely to continue that particular paradigm. So again, let's not kid ourselves in this particular area. This user said, why are we reposting a cloud-chasing YouTuber? Come on now, Destin. Have some credibility here. This user said, a machine that's able to play all gens of PS games and has Steam installed. So Sony is about to start making PCs again. Out of all the things that aren't going to happen, this is the most. There could be an issue with that. The PlayStation operating system is FreeBSD. Steam integration will require significant effort and may not run as smoothly as Windows or Linux. Now, this is funny though, because at the end of the day, yes, as much as we may want to entertain, all of this thinking, the reality here, ladies and gentlemen, is I don't know if it's likely. To be honest with you, I'm not certain that it's likely. But I just wanted to go ahead because who was that actually highlighted this in our community here? Rene381C, you said, hey, VG, I hope you saw the Hip Hop Gamer rumor. He has a spotty track record, but whether it's true or not, be prepared for the goalpost moving. So I thought, yeah, okay, let's talk about it. Because when I saw it, I just kept scrolling. I was like, I don't know, man. I saw it, I read it, I was like, oh, this is crazy. But who knows? I thought Xbox wasn't going to take the PC pivot, and I was wrong. And I have, the ROG Xbox Ally X. That's my reminder. That's my crow. I have and it's a wonderful crow. This is a crow that I'm actually delighted to eat. All right, thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace out.